Alright everybody, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day. I finally decided to go back and play Modern Warfare a couple days ago, just get a couple games in. I ended up playing for maybe actually about 50 games or whatever between 2 to 3 days because I was having a lot of fun. I could actually talk with my friends because the voice chat wasn't bugged. And yeah, so I figured I'd stock up on a little bit of gameplay for you guys and upload it. So here's a little special treat because I know you all love Modern Warfare way more than Cold War, as you tell me in the comments on my videos. Now, one of the things I did want to make mention of is this morning I was playing some Black Ops Cold War, and yesterday I made that video about the skill-based matchmaking and all that kind of stuff. And this morning I was playing a game, completely different experience again. The experience changes day to day for me. But today was just a camp fest. There was a cheater I ran into that had an aimbot. He was using an AUG. Kept running into just a bunch of people abusing tac rifles as well. And overall, it just wasn't too much of a fun experience. I just decided to get off the game. And then on top, to put the cherry on top, the last game I was giving the game a shot for this morning, it crashed. So yeah, I was just like, at this point, I was like, you know what, I just need something to do. I need something else. But anyways, this was before I got my scuff to come in, so that's why I was punching that right there. Because I play on stick and move in Modern Warfare, whereas on Black Ops Cold War, I played on tactical before my scuff came in. Now that I have a scuff again, I'm playing on default. So anyways, moving on to this gameplay, one of the other things you're going to notice is very different about Modern Warfare compared to my normal Modern Warfare videos is my FOV is different. So I finally decided to change my FOV when I come back on this game because for Cold War I actually bumped up my FOV because I figured now was the time to do it. With the new game, I didn't have any expectations of how I was going to perform or whatnot, so I figured, you know what, I might as well up it and get used to a new FOV and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much I upped my FOV to 100. If you're wondering what it was originally at, it's 80. That's the console default. That's what you used to see in my older videos. But for any future Modern Warfare videos that come up on the channel, you'll be seeing 100 FOV. And hopefully that makes it a little bit more enjoyable to watch or whatnot, because I know a lot of people really just hate that small FOV and how it looks. And, you know, to be honest with you guys, I can't go back to that anymore now. After looking at it, at some of my old gameplays, I'm like, how did I ever play on that? But anyways, so Modern Warfare, I had a lot of fun. This game, I think I go 77-4 or something with the tactical nuke. Now, I do die on this first streak, and it's because I read my advanced UAV wrong, and that was pretty much just a newbie mistake I made. But coming back to this game was a little bit of an adjustment. The aiming feels a little bit different than Cold War. I just want to make that clear. Whenever I come back to this game, everything feels a lot snappier, smoother. The aim assist isn't really buggy. There's not really too much glitchy aim assist where you're losing it in all these weird situations. You know when you're going to lose aim assist in this game, and that's whenever you're looking through like blocked objects or something, right? Where it's not really an open object or just an open area, such as railings and stuff like that, if you guys are wondering, where you do lose your aim assist. But on Cold War, there's just some weird, funky aiming going on. Sometimes it feels like you're fighting the aim assist. Other times, it just feels really inconsistent. And overall, I think that this game is just a lot smoother. And then they tried to add settings into Cold War from this game, but it just didn't feel like it to me. So yeah, I'm going to still get used to it. And I just personally think Modern Warfare is just such a polished game, and it just feels really good. I know this game was rough at launch. Alright, I'm not going to deny that. All Call of Duties in the past few years have been rough at launch. But the overall feeling of this game and how smooth it feels and crisp and clean, and it doesn't feel archaic, that's the main reason that I just say that Modern Warfare, I would like to see Cold War get feeling like Modern Warfare whenever it comes to like aiming and aim assist and all that kind of stuff. So that's just my opinion. Some of you guys might not even have the same issues I have whenever it comes to Cold War, but that's it. So anyways, getting back to this, I absolutely love this game still, and I want to kind of reflect back in this video about things that I really liked about Modern Warfare. So for me, Modern Warfare's map design wasn't actually something I disliked. I know a lot of people were really upset about how porous the maps were, or we should say porous compared to other maps in recent COD games, but to me these brought back a lot of vibes from Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 and World at War. The main reason I say that is because the maps had a lot more complexity to them. You could actually go on a lot more flanks. There were a lot more opportunities for outplaying people, such as, you know, hopping up over objects and jumping off of them, or there was a lot more freedom of movement on these maps, and it made the game fun, refreshing to play. It didn't feel like the same experience, whereas let's say we're playing Call of Duty World War II, playing Aachen Team Deathmatch. It's pretty much just head glitch versus head glitch. There's no really outmaneuvering people or anything of that sort. So for me, I personally did like the different map design. Now, it's not to say the maps were perfect. Maps like Piccadilly, I did not really enjoy. Same thing with here on Atlas Superstore. This is not a map I particularly enjoy. But if we're looking at the maps I did really like on this game, I would say they were Arklov Peak, Grozna Raid, Ramaza. Euphrates Bridge grew on me. It was probably my least favorite map in the game whenever the game first launched, but I quickly learned how the spawns worked on that map as well as the power positions and stuff, and that map quickly became a favorite of mine because it was so easy to control people on that map and control the flow. Basically, if you held the middle of the map, you controlled the entire flow of the game. So Euphrates Bridge eventually grew on me, but it does require that your team isn't going to sit and spawn and snipe all game. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to do anything. But with that being said, those were just some of the notable ones I really did enjoy on this game. Now, another thing I did want to make mention of is I really liked the movement system here that was in Modern Warfare. I feel that Black Ops Cold War's movement system feels a little bit archaic. It's old, outdated. And the main reason I say that is it honestly feels unrealistic. And I know that a lot of people say, well, realism doesn't equal fun. And I'll agree with you, but at the same time, the movement system in Cold War, to me, does not feel polished either, if that's the best way to put it. Like, in this game, there was, like, a clear skill gap whenever it came to, doing slide cancels and tack sprint jumps and, you know, knowing when you were supposed to use that. There really isn't any sort of advanced movement in Black Ops Cold War other than how ridiculously high the jump is, as well as the slide is a little bit glitchy sometimes. And even then, they don't really help you out that much in gunfights. I would say your best bet is to not really do it unless you're really just pinched. Like, the jumping doesn't really help you in Cold War because it throws off your aim, unless you're using like a sub up close. And then the sliding just is going to give away your position because Ninja is a crutch, and if you're using Ninja and everybody in your lobby is using Ninja and then you slide, people just hear you. So the sliding in that game is nowhere near as important as it was in this game, and even then, I still think that the only thing people really focused on in this game was doing a tech sprint jump around a corner because it was easy to camera someone by doing that. But in Cold War, I just feel that the movement just isn't as polished, and it just doesn't feel as rewarding or satisfying to do, I guess I could say. And again, if you disagree with me, that's fine, because I know a lot of people are going to feel different for how, you know, what kind of style game they like. But for me, I just feel Modern Warfare had really solid movement. Now, one thing I did want to say I do not like about this game, holy screen shake, I lost my target. And how did he regenerate health without stimming? There was no stim icon or anything. I was so confused right there. I was not used to that screen shake again. But yeah, there were some things that were just a little bit too realistic, and like I said, the screen shaking is one of the most annoying things about this game. Also, the streak system in this game, I do wish it was score streaks by default. I like kill streaks, but I do like score streaks a little bit more because it incentivizes objectives. Now, one thing I will say is that in Black Ops Cold War, that kill streak system, it's not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do see where the devs are going, and if you want me to make a video on that discussing why it was a good idea on paper and what Treyarch actually meant for it, because they didn't want it to be a streak system that was just going to reward bad players, although they probably did. That's the reason they made it, not reset on death. But they wanted to reduce the streak spam, which I can get into a video on that, how it was supposed to work. I actually have a gameplay that would really make sense about that. I can pull up an old Black Ops 2 gameplay where I got 208-1, just constantly wrapping swarms of dogs and VSATs on people, and that's what they were talking about, the streak spam. But this game, I do prefer the kill streak system in this game because it's rewarding. It feels rewarding whenever you earn those streaks. It gives you an incentive to improve at the game, and it's, again, you're not going to have someone going 21 and 15 pull out a gunship, or, well, not a gunship, that's not really ideal in Cold War. I'd say if someone's going like 21 and 15, they might earn an attack helicopter on you, right? So, again, did they really earn that attack helicopter? No, not really. But in this game, you know, you have to go on that 8 kill streak to earn that VTOL jet, and you have to go on that 10 kill streak for Chopper Gunner, or 12 for an advanced. Also, the streaks in this game, I just absolutely love them way more. Just want to say that. I think that the streaks in Cold War have way too much spawn protection, they don't do enough damage, and they just don't feel rewarding because they just don't really do too much. In this game, the streaks were highly damaging, but they had a good spawn protection system, and they were also not too hard to shoot down, so they were damaging, but easy to shoot down, and I think that's where Cold War should go. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little throwback Modern Warfare video. Bring a lot more, and tips and tricks if you're interested. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.